Hello everyone, Rocket here, and today we are taking a look at some of the best games coming out in 2020. It's also my 300th video, yay! Let me know in the comments below if any of these games tickle your fancy, or let me know what you think you're looking forward to coming out. Yeah? First up on my list is a game called Ooblets. It's been in development a couple of years now, made by a two-person team. I think it might be a man and wife team. It looks adorable. It kind of reminds me of the same vein of Goose Game, where it looks very peaceful. It's about living with these little creatures, kind of like Pokemon, but without the fighting, as far as I'm aware. You go gardening, running around shops, trying on clothes. It just looks really cool. It looks like very child-friendly. There's a lot of colour to it, so I think it'd be a lot of autism friendly as well involved in this. So just in general, very peaceful, fun little game. And if you enjoyed Goose Game, I think you'd probably enjoy this one too. And look at them, having a little party. Little cuties. There's a bit of character customization to go with it, based on what I've seen from the trailers at least. Ooblets, coming to PC and Xbox One. Next up on my list is a huge game. Legends of Zelda Breath of the Wild 2, coming out on the Nintendo Switch. My god, I just finished playing the first game this summer and it blew my mind. This game is just beautiful. And now that they're bringing out a second one, I can't wait. It might be a day one purchase, at least a Christmas purchase for me. Because Nintendo, they are not playing around with their prices. They don't like to put first party games at any kind of discount. But this is the type of game that's worth full price. The gameplay, the story, the little things that happen around the world. It's going to be pretty darn awesome. What more can I say? This next one I'm equally excited for, as it's another one of my favourite games that come out in the last 10 years. You might recognise the art from Hollow Knight. This is the sequel, Hollow Knight Silksong. You basically play as the other character who you run into a whole bunch of times during Hollow Knight. And it's such a fun game. It's kind of like a 2D... I think it was like a 2D Dark Souls with just like an amazing art direction. All the buttons, they feel really natural when you're fighting. If you make a mistake, you know it's probably your fault that the mistakes happened. And the game is just really, really fun. And to do with the exploration of the game, it's not linear like your Mario, because it's 2D. You'd think you just go one side of the screen to the other. This game isn't like that at all. You basically have to discover the map as you play along. Kind of like an open world game where you learn the map as you go and you discover new places. You're always discovering new places. And you get new powers and they help you get to new places. Again, you visit old places then. Decide that, hey, I can smash through this door suddenly, or through this bit of rock, and bam, you're in another new place again, with a huge variety of bosses. So I don't know if you could tell, but definitely another one of my favourite games, and I'm looking forward to the sequel. I'm sure it'll come out on most major consoles. Definitely Nintendo Switch and PC, as I have it on both of those. This next game is a PlayStation 4 exclusive, and you know what? I hadn't heard of it until I started looking for games for this list. The Ghost of Tsushima. It looks awesome. It's got some pedigree developers behind it. They made some classic PlayStation games, such as the Sly Cooper games. So they're pretty hot on their open adventure style games. Pretty clued up with their puzzle and jumping mechanics. But this one looks nothing like that. In this, you're hurled back to 1274 in ancient Japan or ancient China or something. And if we look at some gameplay, there's a slow build up. I don't know if this is gameplay. It kind of reminds me of Zelda right here. And then this part reminds me of Assassin's Creed. So there's it's taken a lot of inspiration from different games, like Jedi Fallen Order has. We're sneaking around, stabbing people, doing cool moves like that. That's pretty cool. Definitely Assassin's Creed vibes. Maybe like Neo? And I don't know. Dark Souls-y maybe? Dark Souls Light? It'll definitely play differently. And yeah, set in a really, really cool time zone. Or whatever, time period. Where you're a freaking ninja. And what's cooler than being a ninja? Maybe being a cute, very little animal creature living in a little village? Maybe? So there's this one, the next game on my list. Animal Crossing's New Horizons, which will be another Nintendo Switch game, and definitely one that I'm looking forward to. If you want like a chill experience on the Switch, this one will be right up there with your Stardew Valley, Minecraft. You'll be relaxing, living in your little village, catching butterflies, fighting seashells, picking fruit, interacting with the town, falling in love. Maybe not falling in love, but it's a very cute game, very peaceful game, accessible to everyone, much like Ooblets, and one of those games that you can just keep playing for hours and not even realise that you haven't put it down. And if you can get co-op in it, even better, because games like this could really use some co-op. So anyway, let's move on to the next little game. This is a game called Eastward. It's by publishers Chucklefish, who, incidentally, known for making Stardew Valley, though they published it, at least. This game looks really cool. I adore the sprite art style. I mean, look at that animation on the raft. It's just so cool. I think this has taken a lot of inspiration from old school RPGs. Or at least it looks like it has to me. It's pretty cool. You play as dual characters. You're basically see the two characters on the screen. You basically play as both of them to go through puzzles. If they make this multiplayer, that'll be pretty cool as well. Like 2 players where you can work together to get through puzzles and stuff. Maybe one character can do a different type of magic to the other. That'd work. Usually works. Look at him planting a bomb. This is like he's in Bomberman or something. I love the art style, like I said. The music, I've listened to it, it's pretty cool. And it's set in like a futuristic, apocalyptic world. It's at least on PC and Nintendo Switch. I can imagine it coming out for Xbox and PlayStation as well. So it'll be pretty good fun. This next one on my list, Empire of Sin. It's by Romero Games, who did Doom. So I'm very much looking forward to what they can bring to the gaming world of this one. It looks like XCOM. Have you ever played XCOM? It's a turn-based tactical shooter. This one looks like a gangster version. We are gangsters shooting other gangsters. And you know what? That sounds like the most exciting thing ever. Too many of these games go futuristic, and I absolutely love that this one's taking you back to like, what, 1940s, 1950s? Of gangster world America? Where everyone's addicted to opiates? You want to sell your opiates? I want to sell my opiates on this. But yeah. Or do I want to be the detectives who bust the opiate shippers? Who knows? What I do know is this game looks pretty awesome. I'm definitely going to be playing this when it's out. Just taking a quick look at the description. 1920s Chicago is the setting for this one. Next up we have a cheeky little game, you'll understand in a moment, called Grounded. This is a game where you're little people in your back garden, running around, building stuff, fighting giant bugs, and best part, you can play it with friends. It's up to 4-player co-op. Have you ever played The Forest, where you crash a plane into a forest and you have to survive by building stuff out of wood? This is basically that, but Honey, I Shrunk My Kids, or films like A Bug's Life or Ants, only the bugs and ants are trying to kill you. But if you kill them first, you can have some ladybird for dinner. And that's a lot of bird to go around when you're that size. Teeny tiny. So yeah, check this one out. What consoles is it coming out for? I have no idea. I don't know. But it looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going out on at least Xbox. This next one is a doozy. PlayStation going for the classic remakes. And this time, you've probably already played the original. Final Fantasy VII is coming out this year. Oh yeah! On PlayStation. It's going to be one of the biggest PlayStation games of the year. It's a remake of considered one of the best ever RPG games of forever. Just one of the best ever. If you're a 90s kid and you had a PlayStation, you probably definitely played this. And if you haven't, you're in for a treat. Don't look up any spoilers for the story. These Final Fantasy games, very spoiler heavy, so don't go looking them up. But I think it brings the gameplay style of the more modern Final Fantasies, where you're able to run around, compared to the older versions where you're just taking it in turns. And yeah, it looks awesome. Especially if you compare it to the original. It's all blocky. It gives them some proper characters. Finally, my final choice. Look, there's going to be a ton of awesome games coming out. So I had to end it with something. I couldn't just keep going on forever, because I could. There's at least like a good 30 games that I know of that are coming out. But I'm rounding up my list with this bad boy, Dying Light 2. What's Dying Light 2? Another sequel of a really fun open world game. This time set in a post-apocalyptic zombie world where there's zombies everywhere and you're very good at doing parkour for some reason. You've had to be to survive. I mean, look at him go. And what I love about the Dying Light games is, again, you can play this with friends in co-op. Slashing at zombies, upgrading your loot, because it uses like a level progressive system where you upgrade your loot, you keep killing, you get XP, you become powerful as all heck. It also uses a crafting system where you can make your own weapons and they'll be awesome as well. They'll make you even more awesome than you've ever dreamed of while playing this game in the game setting. Very much looking forward to it. Just running around. And look at the trailer. This game looks huge. Where are we supposed to be? I have no idea. This trailer kind of makes it look like it's more about people rather than zombies. Which is interesting too. So yeah, there we have it. And that is, without mentioning the big games, which we'll mention right now, Cyberpunk 2077. Going to be one of the biggest releases of the year. Hugely hyped from the guys behind The Witcher. So it's going to be amazing. What else have we got? Last of Us Part 2. Last of Us Part 1, considered one of the best games of the generation. Came out at the end of PlayStation 3's life and then got brought over to PlayStation 4. This new one will also be amazing. Will probably be ported over to PlayStation 5, which is coming out sometime later this year alongside the new Xbox. Xbox, whatever, who cares? If you're to pick one of the new consoles, you should definitely go with PlayStation. They have better exclusives, and if you already have a PC, you can play all the Xbox games because they're also available on PC, and you can get the Xbox Game Pass, which allows you to play pretty much all the good Xbox games on the PC for a really small monthly sum every month. Subscription, which I think is better. They should probably just stick to subscriptions and stay out of the console race and just let PlayStation deal with it against Nintendo. But then it'd be a 2-horse race. No, I think having 3 horses is better. Because you can't really count that thing that Google have made, because it's a bit rubbish. They brought out their own console recently. I can't even remember the name of it. But it was recently said that it started with Destiny 2 as one of the first games on it. Already down to 8,000 players playing regularly, which, to be honest, is really, really bad. If you consider something like 350 million people play League of Legends, think of numbers like that, and then you think 8,000 for like a flagship game on your console is pretty pants. So, yeah, PlayStation definitely won the console war for PlayStation 4 versus the Xbox One. The exclusives don't even match up. You got your Spider-Man, God of War. What else? I don't know. I didn't have one. But yeah, pretty easy to see from the sidelines that PlayStation won it. So I can imagine, again, for the next generation, PlayStation will kill it again, because Xbox can focus more on being multimedia. They can focus more on allowing you to play Xbox with PC. And I think that is a really smart move by Microsoft. But I think they'll definitely be second in the race for being the best console now. But that's kind of subjective, I guess, because my favourite console is Nintendo Switch. I absolutely adore the exclusives out on it. I adore being able to play co-op multiplayer and versus multiplayer local against friends. I love being able to take it with me places. That handheld portability actually goes a long way. Taking it on the train, taking it when you have long distance travel, which is basically the same thing. Taking it to parties, you can just hook it up to a TV and play it with your friends. Good fun. But yeah, that's basically it from me. If you've enjoyed the video, please subscribe. I'm 22 subscribers as of this moment, away from 1,000, and probably need a couple more when they unsubscribe after this video comes out. But yeah, thank you for watching. Hope you have a wonderful new year, and have a lovely weekend ahead. Bye.